Escaping the war, an American family fleeing the violence in Yemen reunites in New York after being evacuated on a Russian rescue plane. As the EU scrambles to deal with its escalating migrant crisis, we meet refugees in a makeshift camp in northern France that aid workers have called the worst in Europe. Plus, Catalonia refuses to relent. Thousands gather in Barcelona to call for independence from Spain, with Madrid still refusing to allow an official referendum. Just turning 12 o'clock noon here in Moscow. You're watching RT International with me, Rory Souchet. From all of us here, welcome to your headlines. An American man has told RT how 10 members of his family, including his wife and young daughters, were left stranded in war-torn Yemen. Khalid Al-Amari said his children had been severely traumatized by the conflict, and he questioned Washington's line that it would not evacuate its own citizens. The family, though, has now been reunited after they were able to get on a Russian rescue plane at very short notice.
Here at JFK International Airport, an American family separated by the war in Yemen is finally reuniting courtesy of the Russian government. Over the past 4 weeks, the U.S. State Department hasn't taken direct action to rescue its citizens who are caught in a dangerous conflict. As a result, American Khalil Al-Amari turned to Moscow to safely bring his father, wife, 3 daughters and 5 nieces back home.
I really got lucky with Russia. It was a 3-hour notice. I was contacted by them and they said they will provide a plane and your family need to be in the airport in 3 hours.
Al-Mari's relatives are among some 1,700 people Russia has rescued from Yemen. His family was supposed to fly home just before the bombings began. When all flights were canceled, Khalid contacted the U.S. State Department.
We did ask him how to best evacuate, but they said, well, you know, if you leave at your own risk. If you stay, you're staying at your own risk. So they gave us no option. This is, you know, the most powerful country in the world and actually not reaching out to its own citizens.
66-year-old Ahmed Al-Mari says international officials turned him away at the Yemeni airport on 5 different occasions.
He said, oh, full, the plane is full, the plane is go back home. So they sent us back home 5 times. And then, you know, every day we try, you know, to get out. Because a lot of fighting, people dying in the street.
Yeah.
RT contacted the Al-Mari family, helping to coordinate their evacuation through the Russian Foreign Ministry. So far, Moscow has sent 9 flights to Yemen.
I'm really, really happy to see my family. They really been traumatized from this war. My little daughter just lost at least half of her weight, and that really made me look really depressed.
His other daughter, Layla, celebrated her 10th birthday on Tuesday as war was being waged around her.
I go like this and that's it.
So why were you going like this? What was the noise?
Boom, 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 boom.
Those are sounds this American family is relieved not to hear anymore. The United Nations estimates that more than 550 civilians have been killed in Yemen since the airstrikes began 4 weeks ago. With so many foreigners still stuck there, the Russian Foreign Ministry says it could continue evacuation efforts if needed. Reporting from New York, Marina Portnaya, RT.
Moscow has evacuated hundreds of foreigners from Yemen. Unfortunately, though, not everyone has made it. One American man was on his way to the airport when the road he was on was hit by an airstrike. And several people were killed in that attack. This is the only motorway Tal al-Hamid could take to the capital, Sana'a, but the road was destroyed, cutting him and everybody else off. Hamid saying he and his family now have no way out.
The bombing hit the road between Ed and Sana'a. It was right in Ed, right about the exit to Sana'a. I'm cut off, you know, I'm cut off. I was not contacted by any American official or any American organization. RT was the only organization that called me and contacted a lot of the Americans who are stuck here.
So the U.S. State Department continues to say it's just too risky to evacuate U.S. citizens. Its most recent recommendation is that people get to another U.S. embassy somewhere in the region, though if people are absolutely desperate, they can always log online for help.
Our system online is a very good one where if people sign up through the STEP program, we will stay in touch with them over email, over text message often, and it's all posted on our website as well. He can go there and look at the website as well.
We've been receiving dozens of messages from people stuck in Yemen. We're not going to show you their numbers for safety reasons, but here are just some of the texts we've been getting. People are asking for help to leave the country. Some are also saying that their children are suffering, that their children are ill. And the violence in Yemen has already claimed the lives of more than 500 civilians, many of them children. Here's a glimpse of what it's like there right now.
اهدأوا يا شباب صلوا على النبي. فهد. ايش الجزء؟
Well, apart from the destruction and the heavy civilian death toll, there's another grave fallout from the conflict there, and that is the rise of jihadists. And that's up for a heated discussion today in the latest edition of Going Underground.
Al-Qaeda in Yemen, this is its official name, is in control of the Hadramaut province in Yemen. And they have recently, after the bombing raid started, took over the provincial capital of Makalla there. And you could see very clearly that this Saudi onslaught, Saudi-led onslaught, has favored Al-Qaeda in a very big way. And ISIS has announced its presence now with suicide bombings in Sana'a, the capital. So you have a situation where the so-called alliance to fight terrorism in Iraq and Syria is in practice aiding and abetting Al-Qaeda in Yemen.